Good morning. I hope you are doing well. It's pretty early as I'm filming this. I got up like around 3:30 this morning. Couldn't fall back asleep, so I just decided to get up and start my day, and now it's a little after 6. So I have a busy day later on, so I just wanted to come and film and just share a couple of things that I felt impressed to share. I'm going to be making a lot more videos, posting them on my YouTube channel. It had been quite a while since I posted. I did my first video yesterday that I've done in a long time. First video for a very long time. And I was when it comes to making videos and posting, it's always kind of it takes making it a priority for me to get these done. I always feel like videos, you look at the way people do things on YouTube, and videos are so curated and edited and whatnot, and I was like, I just don't have it in me to do all that. So I'm just gonna come on and talk. And I don't know how long this is going to be, and I'm not gonna worry about it too much, but I just wanted to come on and share whatever God tells me, whatever He puts on my heart. And I just expect that as time goes on, the videos will evolve into whatever they need to be for whoever needs to hear. So I'm not going to worry too much about structure right now. If you could bear with me for a while here, if you want to speed up the video, because I tend to speak kind of slowly, that's fine. It's just going to be whatever God puts in my heart. So as I was sitting earlier doing my devotion and prayer and asking God what it is that He wants me to talk about for today, the subject of forgiveness came up. And that's not something that I've thought too much about lately, because things have been pretty well for me lately, and I had to think back to different times in my life where I was going through a lot of different things, things that were hurtful, things that were painful, and the process that it took in order for me to move on and to forgive. I think that for a lot of us, the issue that we have with forgiveness is feeling that if we do forgive, it's like we're like the other person, like we're taking them off of the hook, right? We're not holding them accountable to what they did. And the fact of the matter is, well, at least in my opinion, is that when you forgive, you're actually taking yourself off the hook. You're taking yourself off the hook for the hurt that you're feeling, the stress that it's causing you, that position of feeling as though you're stuck and you can't move forward because you are so hurt. And I think, I'm pretty sure that you've heard it said that forgiveness isn't for the other person, it's for you. And I think there's a lot of truth in that. When we learn to forgive, when we make the decision to forgive, it's the first step in moving forward in our own healing. But what does it take to forgive? I think that first step is making it a decision. Because, in most cases, you may not get the apology that you want. You may not get the validation for your feelings that you want from the other person. So it's going to be an inside job. It's going to be you making your mind up that you want to feel better, that you want to move forward, that you don't want to allow whatever happened to keep you from becoming the person that you want to be, doing the things that you want to do. And I think that it's every human's right to strive to be our very best, to reach our full potential, because otherwise, what's the alternative? not fulfilling God's purpose in your life, not really doing those things that you were meant to do, that you were called to do. So I know that there are different steps that when I made the decision to forgive, different times of my life, there was the process of first recognizing what it is that I wanted to let go of. The hurt, the pain, the stress. And in the end, just wanting to feel better at the very core of it all. When I got to a point of feeling tired of feeling pain and decided to make my happiness a priority, that's when I was able to finally let go and forgive. Different things in my life, whether it was going through a divorce, whether it was being hurt by someone I loved, or whatever it was, the decision had to be made. Regardless of the circumstance, the decision had to be made that I wanted to feel better. That was the first step. Recognizing what I wanted to be healed from, and at the very basic core of it, wanting to feel better and knowing that I deserve to feel better. So you see, it takes the focus off of what the other person did. And it's really about how you want to feel about yourself, about your life, about the progress that you want to make. Forgiveness is a very weighted issue. It's not something that's done easily, but it's something that can be very liberating once you finally get to the place where you decide that your happiness is greater than your need to feel validation for someone saying that they're sorry. Because honestly, you may never get that validation. And isn't it your right to validate yourself? Isn't it your right to feel happy and free? I think it's our God-given right to reach our highest potential, like I said before. And what forgiveness does is like, it's a weight that holds you down. How would it feel in your spirit to be free of that weight? To be free of that heaviness? To be free of that burden, that hurt that you're holding on to? And I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. It's definitely a process, and that is something that I take women through in our coaching programs. But it starts with you making your happiness and your peace a priority. There's nothing too big for God to work you through. Nothing too big for you to see the change that you want to make in your life. There's nothing too big. There are many of us who have been through very traumatic things, and you can, there are different scales of what we feel are traumatic, right? But if there are things that have hurt you, I don't want you to judge, on this scale of trauma. If it hurt you, then it's big enough. Let's try not to judge a hurt. Let's try not to compare what we've been through with what other people have been through and thinking that, it's not anything that you really need to work through. Things are not going to change unless you're able to face what you've been through and put in the work to overcome it. So I'm not going to stay on long. But that's just something I wanted to cover today, something that was on my heart, and hopefully this will help someone who is struggling to forgive, whether it may be something that you deem as small or something really big that you've been holding on to for maybe for years. It's time to let go. It's time to make your happiness and your healing a priority, making your peace a priority. I'm Joanna Elizabeth, certified life coach, and I want to leave you with just the thought of making your peace a priority. It can take you so much further when you're able to let go of the hurt, let go of the pain, and really heal from the inside. God bless.